Welcome, children. We start Act 2, Scene 6, Venice, before Shylock's house. Enter Gratiano, Celarino, masked. They are wearing masks, not the one which we are wearing these days. The whole face is covered. Gratiano, this is the penthouse under which Lorenzo desired us to make stand. This is the place, porch, you can say, under which Lorenzo asked us to wait. Make stand, wait for him. Celarino. Celarino, his hour is almost past. The time which he has given to us is almost over. Gratiano, and it is marvel he outdwells his hour. For lovers ever run before the clock. He said it's surprising, it's strange that he is late because lovers always are ahead of time. They don't delay at all. Celarino. Oh, 10 times faster Venus pigeons fly to see love's bonds new made. He says, yes, Venus pigeons. Venus is actually the classical goddess of love. Here he uses the words pigeons. Shakespeare uses the word pigeon, but originally she wrote a chariot driven by doves. That's here he has given as pigeons. And he says, yes, the doves of Venus, the goddess of love, fly 10 times faster when they are to seal love's bonds new made, to make new, to keep up new engagements. Then they are wont to keep obliged faith unforfeited. Lovers are always in a hurry to keep up new engagements. Then they are accustomed to keep their old marriage promises unbroken. That means they are not much bothered about marriage promises which they make. But in love, new appointments are given more importance. Gratiano, that ever holds. That's always true. Who riseth from a feast with that keen appetite that he sits down? Actually, this dialogue of Gratiano is important because he gives various examples, you can say, comparisons. He makes to explain the anxiety of the one who is in love. First of all, he says, when we sit to have our meal, and after completing our meal, when we get up, we are not hungry, isn't it? We are not as hungry as we were in the beginning. Before we started our meal, how we were hungry? Same way, at the end, we are not the same. Our hunger is reduced, isn't it? Where is the horse that doth untread again with his tedious measures with the unbated fire that he did pace them first? Where is the horse that doth untread again? Which horse can run? It's which horse can run with the same speed, with that undiminished spirit which it had in the beginning? For example, when you're going to a place for picnic or anything, you find you're very, very happy and the speed is more and you enjoy it, each and every minute of it. Whereas when you're returning, you feel everything is over in such a short time. The spirit we have in the beginning, the same spirit we don't have when we are returning back. So in the same way, a horse which runs with an undiminished spirit in the beginning when it goes. Well, returning back, it doesn't come with the same speed. It does not maintain the same, it doesn't have the same energy to come back. All things that are with more spirit chase than enjoy. So, all the things generally are more enjoyed when we are in search for it. Once we attain it, the enjoyment is over. The child who is good at studies, he takes all the pain. He enjoys every minute he spends in his preparation for his exams. That is the reason he is able to spend more time. And once the result or the examination is over, result is declared or examination is over first of all, then what you want is achieved. You have come to know. You have written the exam well. You got the first rank. With that, it is over. Only that zeal and enthusiasm is there until unless you reach the goal. Once the goal is reached, relaxed. How like a yonker or a prodigal the scarf bark puts from her native bay. How like a yonker or a prodigal the scarf bark puts from her native bay. Actually, yonker is a young man, and his younger son, such as the prodigal son in the Bible. He is a young man. The scarf bark puts from her native bay. When a ship starts from the bay or from the harbor, first it is completely decorated with different flags and other things, completely nicely decorated when it starts. But as it starts its journey, hugged and embraced by the wanton wind, what happens? Slowly, the it is the wind embraced by the wanton wind. The wind embraces it, embraces the ship, and slowly you find when it becomes windy, the flags are all torn. You find here the wind is compared to an unfaithful woman. This part you have to be very careful and learn it thoroughly. Here, wind is compared to an unfaithful woman because it changes very fast, very easily. Here, the reference is to the prodigal son who wasted his money on bad women. So, the same way, here, this wind is compared to an unfaithful woman, and the ship is compared to the young man. So, the ship is in the hands of the wind. What happens? All the flags are torn, and its condition becomes the condition of the ship becomes miserable. Same way, a young man who's young and smart and handsome, he falls in the bad company, he loses all his money, bad company of bad women, and he loses all his money. When he doesn't have money, his doesn't have food to eat, and he's again his appearance also is miserable. So, how like a prodigal doth she return? Same like that young fellow, the ship returns back. When it returns back, its condition also is worse, just like the young man. With over-weathered rips and ragged sails. What happens? Storm-beaten sides. Because of the storms and strong winds, all the sides of the ship are broken. And ragged sails, torn sails, lean rent and beggared by the wanton wind. It becomes thin, torn, and its appearance becomes horrible because of the wind, strong wind. Salarino. Here comes Lorenzo. More of this hereafter. He says, now Lorenzo is coming. We shall talk about this matter later. Enter Lorenzo. Sweet friends, your patience for my long abode. He says, good friends, thank you for your patience for waiting all this time for me for such a long time. Not I, but my affairs. It's not me, but my affairs, my business matter, my job, my work have made you wait. They have made you wait. When you shall please to play the thieves for wives, I will watch as long for you then. When you also uh, play like thieves, as he is going to steal, rob his wife, same way when you do it, I also will wait for you as long as you need. Approach, come along. Here dwells my father Jew. Here is the house of my father-in-law. Father refers to father-in-law here. Oh, who is within? Hello, is anybody there? When they reach the house, enter Jessica above in boy's clothes. Where is Jessica? She is above, and on the first floor of the building she is there. From there she enters and she is in a boy's clothes. Jessica, who are you? Tell me for more certainty, albeit I'll swear that I do know your tongue. Who are you? Tell me clearly. Otherwise, although I swear that I recognize your voice, but I want you to tell me who are you. Lorenzo, Lorenzo, and I love. It's Lorenzo, your love. Jessica, Lorenzo, certain, and my love indeed. For who love I so much? And now who knows but you, Lorenzo, whether I'm yours? Yes, it is surely Lorenzo. Truly my love. For who love I so much? Who else I do love so much, tell me? I don't love anybody else so much. And now, who knows but you? Only you know how much I love you. Lorenzo, whether I'm yours. Whether I'm yours, truly yours or not, only you know, she means to say. Who else knows it? Means only you know. Lorenzo, heaven and thy thoughts are witness that thou art. Heaven and your thoughts are the witnesses that you are truly in love with me. Jessica, here catch this casket. It is worth the pains. Here, catch this box. Casket, box. She lowers one box from the first floor to the people they were standing down. So she drops the basket, the box slowly, and she says, okay, hold this. It is worth the trouble you're going to take. I'm glad it's night. You do not look on me. I'm very happy that it is night time and you cannot see me. For I'm much ashamed of my exchange. But love is blind and lovers cannot see the pretty follies that themselves commit. Because I am feeling ashamed of my dress. What dress she is wearing? She is wearing a trouser, a shirt, and something, just a male attire, which is quite common these days. Girls do wear it. But in those days, even in that area, people used to feel ashamed to wear such dresses. These days, it's very common, and nobody is ashamed. But love is blind and lovers cannot see. As we all know, they say love is blind and lovers cannot see the pretty follies that themselves commit. The small faults committed by their lovers, they cannot see. For if they could, Cupid himself would blush to see me thus transformed to a boy. If they could see the mistakes committed by their lovers, when they are in love, they don't find any mistake in their lover. But sooner, once they get married, they find everything is at fault. And generally, those people who marry like that, they find faults. When they are in love, they don't find anything wrong in them, in their lovers. Once they get married, they find everything, they come to lead a practical life. And then they find so many faults in them. And then things go wrong generally. It happens. That's what he says. If the lovers could see, if the lovers could see, then even Cupid, who is Cupid? Cupid is the god of love. He also would be ashamed to see. He would be embarrassed to see me dressed up like a boy. Lorenzo, descend, for you must be my torchbearer. Come on, come down. You have to act as a torchbearer. As we have seen in the previous scene, that each person here would paint their face or cover the face with a mask, something like that, and they will have an attender. Attender will be having one torch. Torch is not the torchlight which we use, but during the sports time, you have one torch, no? That kind of torch was used. Jessica, what? Must I hold a candle to my shames? She says, what is this? Should I show how I look? She thought she'll be in dark, so nobody will be able to see. But in the words of Lorenzo, she comes to know that she has to hold a torch. When she holds a torch, everything will be visible. They in themselves, good sooth, are too light. Why, it's an office of discovery, love, and I should be obscured. She says that, oh God. He says, come down quickly because you are supposed to uh, hold the torch. You have to be my torch bearer. She says, okay, what is this? I should show myself. The dress is very light and revealing. She feels when you wear a tight pant and shirt, body is revealing kind. The shape of the body is seen. No, that's what she doesn't like. She says, why it's the office of discovery, love, that I should be obscured. It is a duty holding up the torch to light up and reveal things actually. If one man is painting his face and he is walking, one should hold the torch, the light to show that person, no? And I should be obscured. And I have to, holding the torch, I have to show to everybody. And then, whereas I want to conceal myself. I don't want to be seen. Lorenzo, so are you sweet, even the lovely garnish of a boy. He says, you are much concealed, my dear, even in the costume of a boy. You look lovely. But come at once, for the close night doth play the runaway. Because the night hides the secrets. When it is night time, it is a proper time to hide secret. For the night, it's time for them to slip away from that place. Doth play the runaway. In slipping away, it is an ideal time. And we are stayed for at Bassanio's feast. We are expected to be at Bassanio's feast tonight. Jessica, I'll make fast the doors and gild myself with some more ducats and be with you straight. She says, okay, I will lock all the doors and bring some more ducats and adorn myself and then come down immediately. And she moves out. Gratiano, now by my hood, a Gentile and no Jew. Gratiano is in masking clothes, and here Elizabethans had the uh, what do you call? They used to swear on the different parts of their dresses. So he swears on the hood. Hood is that to the coat kind which you have a cover to, I think to cover your head also. No? That is a hood. So upon my hood, uh, he says, she is a gentle lady and she is not a Jew, she is not a Jewess. Lorenzo. Beshrew me, but I love her heartily. Curse me, if you like. May I be cursed if I don't love her. For she is wise if I can judge of her. Here, Lorenzo describes Jessica in his words. He says, she is wise. If I judge her properly, she is wise. If I judge her correctly, she is wise. And fair she is if mine eyes be true. If my eyes are proved properly, they don't deceive me, then she is beautiful. Who is beautiful? Jessica is beautiful. And true she is as she hath proved herself. And she is truthful as she has proved herself. Who has proved herself? Jessica has proved herself. And therefore, like herself, wise, fair, and true, shall she be placed in my constant soul. And we find as she is has all the three qualities of being wise, beautiful, and truthful, she will always have a place in my heart. Who will have always a place? Jessica. Why? Because she is wise, beautiful, and truthful. Enter Jessica below. Now, we have seen her on the first floor. Now she has locked all the doors and she has come out. She has come to the ground floor. What art thou come? On, gentlemen, away, or masking maids, by this time for us stay. Well, have you come? Now, gentlemen, away, let us go. Our friends, masking maids, others, those who have put the masks, they must be waiting for us. In this way, Jessica and Celarino, along with Lorenzo, they go out. All these three people go out. Now, who is left on the stage? Gratiano is left. And who enters? Antonio. Antonio says, who is there? Signor Antonio. Who is there? Is it Antonio? Antonio. Fee, shame, shame, Gratiano. Where are all the rest? Where are all the others? It's 9 o'clock. Our friends all stay for you. It's already 9 o'clock and all the friends are waiting for you. No mask tonight. There won't be any mask. The wind has come about. The wind has changed the direction. It's not like present days that the time is fixed for something and people would start like that. Those days they had to depend on winds to set sail in a ship. They had to depend on winds. As the change is there in the wind direction, immediately they would start their journey. So now there is a change in the direction of the wind, so you must immediately start. Bassanio presently will go aboard. I have sent 20 out to seek for you. Bassanio will set sail soon, and I have sent 20 men to search for you. Gratiano, I'm glad on it. He says, I'm very glad. I desire no more delight than to be under sail and gone tonight. Nothing will give me so much of happiness except what? Except that I can sail along with him from here tonight. From here, from Venice to Belmont. We know, we have seen earlier that Gratiano requests Bassanio to take him along with Bassanio to Belmont. And what changes he should bring in his behavior. He was told. Same way, Gratiano also tells the changes he would bring in his behavior that time. So now he also is very happy. One thing we have to keep in mind that the mask is cancelled. Was there a mask? If the question is no, it did not happen. They made the preparations. Preparations were done for that, but it did not take place. Why? Because it was time for Bessane to start his journey. Why? Because the winds were favorable that time. So they had to start their journey. These days, like these days, they can't go by air. They are supposed to go by ship. So they had to set sail. They all got ready, and we find they move out of the stage. So bye for today.